But we're going to talk about the final show that we're going to talk about. We're done with the stuff on this side of the Atlantic for the United States and Canadian folks. We're going back to the UK to end this one, right? And we're talking about the ultimate in UK kids game shows. Game show called Funhouse. Now, I said Google here in a minute. It was hosted by radio legend Pat Sharp and Melanie and Martina Grant, the twins. That's a good start right there. The twins.
Yeah.
That was the hook for many, many, many young lad discovering things about themselves.
I see what you're saying now.
Yes, they were a lot of people my age's first crush, basically, for lack of a better term.
Just imagine Gwen Stefani.
Yeah.
Kind of face, sort of Gwen Stefani-esque. Yeah, very, very, very pretty. Gwen Stefani and Christina Aguilera kind of smushed together.
Yes, and there were two of them.
Wow.
And they were the cheerleaders, basically, right? Pat was the game show host, and because he was a radio DJ, he had the timing down, and he was the smooth operator, and he could read the cue cards and make the kids jokes and everything like that. And then there'd be a red team and a yellow team, and one would go with one cheerleader, one would go with the other cheerleader, and they'd play games, right? So they'd come in wearing pristine clothes, branded with the logo of the game show on there, right? And then by the time they got to the funhouse, they were covered in paint and mud and dirt and crap and everything like that, right? Because they in the studio they'd do games, right? So they'd have, can you fill this bucket of water using only water balloons that you have to walk from one end of the room to the other end of the room using only your knees, right? Just game shows like that, right? Little games like that. And then there was the go-kart round. They had an indoor go-kart circuit.
Oh, cool.
And the point of the go-kart circuit was you had to pick up tokens, because you had like 100 points for each game and everything like that, and then you had to get the tokens, which were like 10 and 20 points apiece, and then whoever got the most got to go into the funhouse. And the funhouse, there was what are they called? Labels, I think they're called.
Yeah.
You see them, it's a label, right? It was a label with a thing, and on the label would be written like, BMX bike, Nintendo Entertainment System, Jungle Gym, football,
Gotcha.
And the whole point of the thing was you had to go in the funhouse. You had like 90 seconds to go through the funhouse and grab as many of these things as you could, and you had to tag out to your partner at some point as well to do it. And like the Crystal Maze, you only had so much time based on how many points you got. But
wow, okay.
That was the game show that I really, really wanted to go on. That was the one that was my unicorn. That was the one. Fun. Yeah, that was the one that I really, really, really wanted to do. And I think it was the perfect kids game show, right? Because it featured all the messiness that you'd expect on a kids game show, right? It featured an energetic host. It featured, two very, very beautiful young women, which gave a lot of people my age that it's like, oh, okay, girls are not just icky people.
Yeah, it set some things in motion.
Yes. But yeah, pretty much. But it was just I think it was the blend of everything that had come before it. We talk about, the messy game shows and the shows with the energetic host, and then the shows with the games, and the shows with the I think this was the perfect kids game show. I really do.
Yeah, because it's like, it's one of those I can't remember the name. It's like when the circles that intersect over one another.
Yeah.
It's like we're sitting right in the middle, like a messy show, fun show, challenging show.
Yeah.
Like, boom, it's right there in the middle. Yeah, that makes sense.
But I would love to have gone on this one because I might not look it, but when I was in school, I was a 3-sport athlete, right? one very good three-spot athlete after my back went out, but that's a different story
Yeah.
for a different day. I competed in judo, I competed in football or soccer, and I competed in boxing very, very briefly. But I did all those at once, right?
Yeah.
And so, I figured I could do this game show, a lot of these game shows, because, I felt I had the physical fitness, but my brain was mush. So I couldn't do any of the general knowledge stuff. And I think this one, Funhouse in particular, was the one that had the right, as you said, it's the Venn diagram
Then
with the 8 different loops, and this is the one in the very, very, very middle that got it
yeah,
all.
it's right in there because I mean, Double Dare is just a messy show. I
Yeah.
mean, straight up. Yeah. So,
So let me ask you a
uh,
question. Out of all of these ones, which one was your favorite that you know
ugh,
of? Because
that's a
I
tough.
did a waxing lyrical over the Funhouse. Let me get your favorite.
Yeah, man, it's tough. I don't know. Wild and Crazy Kids would probably be the realistic choice, but like in my heart of hearts, I'd probably have to go with Legends of the Hidden Temple. That
Nice.
would have to be it, just because like the prizes were always really good. It
Yeah.
was like Vacation to the Bahamas, Space Camp, um, you know, stuff like that. The problem with Legends of the Hidden Temple, though, of all the episodes they had, I think like 3 people won.
Yeah.
It was really hard to win, so that's a little discouraging. But honestly, the experience would be king.
Yeah.
Be getting to dress up and they give you a little helmet and knee pads and gloves, like you're all decked out like an adventurer. You get to show off your brain and your brawn a little bit and your mind. Yeah, so I think it'd have to be Legends, just because that's the one I always dreamed of. I was never athletic enough for guts, and Double Dare. Yeah, I liked watching it, but if I could pick one, it would be Legends of the Hidden Temple for sure.